Welcome to TechForce Arena, mate, where today we're diving into one of the most powerful and battle-proven strike fighters ever built, the F-15E Strike Eagle. If you're passionate about aviation, military tech, or you simply love hearing about absolute beasts of the sky, then stick around, because the Strike Eagle is a machine that doesn't just fly, it dominates. The F-15E is a multirole strike fighter developed by McDonnell Douglas, now Boeing, and it's a jet built for one purpose: delivering precision firepower deep into enemy territory while still being able to fight its way there, and fight its way back. It's not your average fighter, it's a long-range, dual-seat, high-speed tank of an aircraft that's proven itself across decades of operations. From the outside, the Strike Eagle looks similar to the classic F-15 air superiority fighter, but don't be fooled. This is a completely different animal. The F-15E comes packed with major upgrades, strengthened fuselage, advanced avionics, a second crew member, and the ability to carry a massive selection of bombs and missiles. That's why pilots often call it a bomb truck with afterburners. Let's start with what powers this beast. The Strike Eagle runs on two Pratt & Whitney F-100 engines, and these aren't just any engines, each one can pump out more than 29,000 pounds of thrust with afterburners. What does that mean? It means raw acceleration that can push the aircraft to speeds beyond Mach 2.5. To put that into perspective, that's over 2,600 kilometers per hour. Faster than a rifle bullet. Faster than most fighter jets flying today. If you blink, it's gone. But speed isn't where the story ends. This jet has incredible endurance. Thanks to conformal fuel tanks, special structures blended into the sides of the aircraft, the F-15E can carry extra fuel without losing performance. Combine that with the ability to refuel mid-air, and you get a jet that can fly thousands of kilometers on a single mission. In modern warfare, range equals survival. And the Strike Eagle has plenty of it. Inside the cockpit, or should I say cockpits, you'll find two crew members, the pilot in the front and the WSO, the weapons systems officer, in the back. The WSO isn't just a passenger. They control the radar, sensors, targeting systems, communications, and a huge amount of mission planning. Their job is to make sure every bomb hits exactly where it should. And because the F-15E uses advanced systems like the LANTIRN targeting pod and modern infrared sensors, it can fly low at night or in bad weather, weaving through mountain valleys, striking targets with precision even when the enemy can't see it coming. Now let's talk about what makes this thing famous: the weapons. The Strike Eagle can carry more than 11 tons of ordnance. That's bombs, missiles, guided munitions, fuel tanks, you name it. It can carry JDAMs, bunker busters, cluster bombs, laser-guided bombs, and even air-to-air missiles like the AIM-120 AMRAAM and AIM-9X for self-defense. It's rare for a jet to excel at both air-to-ground and air-to-air combat, but the Strike Eagle does it with ease. That's what makes it special. It's not just a bomber, and it's not just a fighter. It's both. The story of the F-15E really shines when you look at its combat history. The jet was first used in the early 1990s during the Gulf War. While other aircraft struggled with visibility, radar issues, and poor weather, the Strike Eagle flew deep into Iraq, hitting strategic targets with pinpoint accuracy. It took out missile launchers, command bunkers, bridges, and airfields. In one mission, an F-15E even managed to destroy a moving Scud missile launcher at night, something no other aircraft at the time could do. And it didn't stop there. The Strike Eagle has seen action in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, and more. Whenever the US or its allies needed long-range precision strikes, the F-15E was the aircraft they called in. One of its most impressive abilities is carrying out dynamic targeting, which means finding and destroying new targets in real time, even in chaotic environments. What's even more interesting is that after decades of service, the F-15E is still improving. Newer versions come with upgraded radars like the APG-82 giving it far better detection and tracking capability. It also has upgraded electronic warfare systems, improved communication links, and modern digital displays. And as long as it keeps getting these upgrades, the Strike Eagle will remain a frontline aircraft well into the 2030s, possibly even the 2040s. If you're wondering why countries still love this jet even when newer fifth-generation fighters like the F-35 exist, the answer is simple: raw performance and unmatched payload. The F-15E can fly higher, faster, and carry more weapons than the F-35. It doesn't have stealth, but when you need to deliver a huge amount of firepower in one go, the Strike Eagle is still king. That's why Boeing even developed the F-15EX, a modernized version inspired directly by the success of the F-15E. Another thing people often overlook is how tough this aircraft is. The structure of the Strike Eagle is reinforced to withstand high G-forces and the stresses of low-altitude high-speed flight. It's designed to take a beating. Many F-15Es have flown more than 10,000 hours, and some are expected to reach 20,000 before retirement. That's rare for a fast jet. The F-15E also has a special place in aviation culture. Pilots often say flying it feels like being strapped to a rocket with wings. And WSOs talk about how the aircraft gives them complete control over the battlefield. They can see far, strike far, and adapt to any mission. It's a jet that inspires confidence, and for good reason. Since the F-15 family was introduced, it has an unmatched air combat record with more than 100 aerial victories and 0 losses in dogfights. That legacy carries into the Strike Eagle. So why does the world still care about this jet in 2025 and beyond? Because it remains one of the most versatile, reliable, and deadly fighters on the planet. It can intercept threats, break enemy defenses, support ground troops, destroy critical infrastructure, and carry out missions that newer stealth jets simply aren't designed for. It's the perfect combination of old-school muscle and modern technology. Before we wrap up, here's the biggest takeaway. The F-15E Strike Eagle isn't just a fighter jet, it's a symbol of engineering excellence. It shows what happens when speed, power, technology, and battlefield experience all come together in one platform. For more than 30 years, the Strike Eagle has shaped modern air warfare, and it's safe to say its legacy is far from over. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you stick with TechForce Arena for more deep dives into the world of aviation and military tech. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and tell me in the comments which jet or weapon system you want to see covered next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next mission.